Welcome back to week 6 of the GSOP Weekly Report. This week we're sitting down with the league's elder statesman, the dad, the OG fantasy dad, the man who's been on a trade heater this week with a couple moves. May have just found his dynasty groove. Justin, welcome to the pod. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, man. I'm excited.
Good. I'm glad to hear that people are enjoying the podcast. You're probably the You're definitely like I used to call you the dynasty dad because we were all like mid 20s getting into it, and you were like the one dad in the group, and it's kind of fun. Like I just became a dad. Taylor's gonna become a dad here shortly, so we're all kind of transitioning to that phase of life, and maybe we can get some dad advice on the pod. Maybe we can just get some talk about football, but whatever you feel like dropping on us tonight would be great.
You know, going off of that, I've been training at work all week, and the girl that sat down with me, she was like, she asked me how old I was, and then when I told her I was 43, she's like, "Dude, you're like my dad's age, and he's a grandpa." I was like, "Oh snap!"
Oh, that's got to make you feel old, dude.
I was like, and then she came back with the, but you don't look that old. I'm like, thanks, makes me feel better.
There you go. Hey, that's a compliment, dude. Like I'll take that
Uh,
one. Is
yeah,
if anyone's ever says like, "Oh, you have a baby face," like, dude, I'd rather look young when I'm 50 than look old when I'm 20. So
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
it's a compliment, in my opinion. But yeah, so in the preparation for the Landers Pod, I'm continuing the tradition. I'm drinking a day pass. It is a kind of basically like a Blue Moon knockoff of some brewery down here in Texas. So we got that for the night.
All right, all right.
Are you drinking anything tonight?
I just got my water, but since you mentioned it, I only got Corona in the fridge.
Hey, you
I'll
know what?
probably grab
It's
myself a Corona, man.
there you go. Um, But yeah, so the for everyone, me and Lanners are doing the last week of the pod. Will be me and Lanners. This it'll We got some plans. It's gonna be kind of wild, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so keep looking forward to that. More information to come. But yeah, so since you're kind of the older guy in the league, how long have you been playing fantasy football?
Since 2008, 2008.
Okay, I feel like you and I
So
started. I may have started actually earlier than you guys. I was playing like 2005 in a bunch of these redraft leagues.
yeah.
I just became obsessed with it, and I love to do auction leagues back in the day, auction redraft. So, um, yeah, we've come a long way. So, um,
I yeah. The way the draft works, writing everything down, the 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 magazines. Yeah,
oh, it's
I was horrible
thank
when
God
I
for
first
sleeper.
started. I had no clue what it was. Yes. How many different apps have you used then?
Um, I
Or what
started
apps were you?
I started with ESPN, and then I was on
Mhm.
NFL.com for a little bit, and then I did a Yahoo League, and then we were doing ESPN. ESPN was kind of my main one before I switched to Sleeper. Now I have one league on ESPN that's just a work league, but it's atrocious. It's a 14 team league, and half the people don't even watch football, so I don't even count
Mm.
that one. But all my other leagues that I actually play for money are on Sleeper. In my opinion, not sponsored, but the best platform for any type of dynasty league. I've got rid of all my redraft leagues. I only play dynasty at this point. So, um, how did you? I mean, you knew Justin through work, other Justin, so it's kind of funny both the Justins knew each other through work. But what made you want to join like a dynasty league? What like spurred your interest in it?
Never played Dynasty before, man. All those years that I've played Fantasy, it was always redraft, uh, standard, PPR, not even auction. And then at the beginning, it was just exactly like what you said. Nobody cared about it because it was just a fantasy football. And we started including fees, and then it just got too expensive, man. We started off 50, and then it got up to like 400.
Holy cow, $400! I thought our league buying it at
Yeah.
$100 was expensive.
It got pretty high. And the crazy thing is, it's just that we're all just friends, you know, and new commissioner changed, so I was just like, oh man, it went from bunch of friends to like people quitting and then just friends of friends joining and then I can't even remember how Justin and I think we were talking about fantasy football and then he said he plays and I said I played and then something came up about needing players for a new league that you were gonna start and it was Dynasty and I was like, oh man, it'd be nice to join a league where you don't have to constantly redraft every year and just the concept of you know dynasty, keep
Yeah,
your same player. And then I was like, yeah, I'm down for it.
yeah, it's
And then
definitely a unique approach for sure. Did you ever play like franchise mode in Madden or like dynasty mode in NCAA or
yep,
anything?
yep, yep,
I feel
Madden
like that's the
franchise mode.
gateway. I feel like that's the gateway
Yeah,
because I was obsessed with franchise mode growing up, and like this feels like franchise mode, and I absolutely love it. Like I love Dynasty. I think it's the best way to play fantasy in my opinion. It's what scratches my itch for fantasy. So what
yeah. And then my first time ever on Sleeper app too, and it's awesome,
oh my
man.
gosh, the draft picks on
Yeah,
on the app make it so much easier, dude. Like we
yeah,
used to play in this keeper league, and like this is what I wish I had when I set that up, and I'm so glad that this exists now. So it's made a world of difference for just the ease of use of like
for
trading
sure.
picks and doing all that, other than me running it on an Excel spreadsheet. So coming from come redraft, how is your like? What do you think of Dynasty so far? Like, I know kind of at the beginning you were a little hesitant, not making a ton of moves, but like the last couple weeks, like dude, you've been slinging trades.
I'm still trying to get that mindset of this is not redraft, this is dynasty. And then I think listening to the podcast has also helped me like understand dynasty better too,
Yeah,
um, going for it or taking risk. But then I feel like I'm also a manager who likes a a balanced team,
hmm
I still want to hold some draft picks. I don't want to go. I guess I don't know what going all in is, but because going all in doesn't always guarantee going all the way too. So I think based on trades and stuff, I try to make sure the trades are fair, I guess. Or I mean, it's never gonna be fair, I guess, but I guess beneficial for both parties.
yeah. See,
So
I don't
I
care if
just
it's
thought that the
beneficial for anyone
opportunity
else.
was good.
If it's beneficial for
But
me,
you,
I'm doing
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I look at it like that too. Like if you want a player of mine, then you need to give me something worthwhile.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get a player from me, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
I
So
guess
what
buy
are
low,
your
sell high.
impressions? What are your impressions so far of like the managers? I know we have like Justin who's like allergic to draft picks, and then me who's like I listen. There's no one on my roster that won't trade for enough picks, right? Like definitely kind
Oh
of
man,
polarizing, but um,
I I think we have gosh 12 managers and 12 different mindset and personalities. We have we got the one extreme to the other extreme, and then I guess you could say I fall in the middle. I don't know. A few of us fall in the middle, but yeah, managers who has no draft picks for the next few years, um, and teams that are older, teams that are younger. So I think that dynamic is really nice.
yeah, it's great that everyone like I feel like a lot of people have picked their direction of like, hey, like this isn't my
Mhm.
year, we're moving on. Like I feel like we had some people like kind of quote unquote sell too early this year. Like after week three, like I mean, obviously Taylor had Malik Neighbors go down, but like I I feel like a lot of guys just kind of hit the abort button too fast. And like when you have like five guys racing to the bottom, when we have two clear bottom teams, it creates an interesting dynamic of like, all right, like if you're going for it this year, you better load up on studs, and you took that to heart getting the
Yeah,
CMC.
yeah. Um, it seems like it seems like everyone there's more than the last few years. I guess you could say a few of the managers looks like they've given up just by putting everybody on the trade block or whatever, you know. Um, but I can't remember so many players getting hurt this early on too, man. Um,
Yeah, we've had a
especially some
lot of injuries this year,
star players. Yeah, you know.
and a lot of quarterback injuries too. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
do you? So, kind of piggybacking off that, like, what is your approach to like bench depth? Like, are you like trying to keep like guys? You're like, hey, like this guy might be the wide receiver three or like the backup running back on his team. Like, are those guys you value at all? Like, I mean, just from my personal example, right? Like I have Blake Corum on my team. Like Blake Corum is not like a guy I can play right now, but like if Kyron Williams gets hurt, like he is an automatic running back one. Like he is a starting running back. He's
Yeah.
a flex play every week. Like how do you look at guys that like aren't valuable to you now, but they're one or two injuries away from being a fantasy impact?
I think they're important too, man. Like, not just so it's almost like playing defense. Also, you don't want other people to snatch them up from you, you know.
Yeah,
So, um, I try to I try to pay attention to injury history and performance. You know, like if they show some, and that's mostly like during preseason. You know, if there's signs that the kid got talent, yeah, you know, keep him on your bench, and especially if he's the backup to one of your starters, definitely keep him on your bench. Not only to have him there in case of injury, but also to prevent other managers from picking him up, you know, and maybe using them against you. So I think they're important, uh, especially the positional players. As far as quarterback though, I feel like most quarterbacks are pretty solid if they have a starting position, and the backup is literally gonna just be on the bench. But all the other positions, there's a lot of value.
yeah, and I, that's kind of something I've been thinking about lately. Is like the quarterback two position on our roster is like we're playing a super flex league, right? Like I feel like
Yeah,
a couple seasons ago, a lot of people in the league valued the quarterback two spot significantly higher than they do today. Do you think it's just like a raising of the floor of like the guys who are like the bottom quarter of the league, like the guys who are like quarterback 20 to 30, or is it like a decrease in like value of like the mid-tier guys like the the Matt Staffords, the Brock Purdy's, like the guys who fall in that middle tier range?
I feel like it's more the bottom.
They're more
I don't
productive.
know. No, I mean, the mid tiers are more productive, but like the bottom half of the quarterbacks in the league, it's crazy that they they expect so much from these incoming rookie quarterbacks, but at the same time, these other vets have such a long leash too with their bad performance, you know.
Yeah. Like
So
Geno Smith's a perfect
so
example of
it's
that this
weird.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't want to. I let him play because I wanted him to have more reps. That just don't make sense.
yeah, right? Like that why are we even saying that out loud? But I
Yeah,
I feel like we're giving up on guys a little too early in their careers. Like I feel like we expect everyone to come into the league and if they're going to be a star, they have to be Patrick Mahomes right away. And it's just
yeah,
I don't think that's realistic expectations for like most players. Like you're going to have the studs, but like you're going to have guys who take like the Baker Mayfield path. Like Baker Mayfield's a great quarterback in the league. So
yeah.
I think we need to be patient, especially with like a lot of these quarterbacks. Like it's the toughest position on the field, and it takes some time.
Hmm.
Like sometimes you get a bad coach, you lose a star receiver. Like it's tough to overcome some of these hurdles, especially when everybody on the other side of the ball is like the best player from their college. It
Yep.
you're not playing scrubs every week. Like you can't get away with it like you can in college. So we did
And
have a
so I heard that Joe Flacco got traded.
Joe Flacco did
Is that
get
true?
traded today. Yeah, he got traded to the Bengals. I'm not sure what he got traded for, but I saw that come across my phone today.
Yeah.
So, one sec. That honestly,
I
I
think
think
like
that's a
fifth or
good
sixth
trade.
round.
That's a
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so they traded Joe Flacco and a sixth round pick for a fifth round pick from the Bengals. Like, I think that immediately makes Jamar Chase,
Sanders and
T. Higgins,
like
Chase
yep.
Brown, like actually relevant again. Like J Jake Browning was, I guess, an okay guy if you had to throw him in there, but like Flacco can sling it still. Like, I mean, is he gonna throw some picks? Yeah, but Flacco's arm's still there. That dude's got an absolute cannon.
I agree.
So we did get a question for the pod. This one's from Isaac. He wanted to ask you how
Yeah.
you feel about absolutely destroying the Stephon Diggs, Alvin Kamara in a third to get Khalil Shakir 2 seconds and a first round pick. How did that trade make you feel? At the time, people were like, "Oh my God, you sold too low," and now looking back at it, like that was a pretty good trade, dude.
I don't I don't even know, man. I usually I I pay attention to the quarterbacks too, man. Like I think if you're on a good team with a quarterback that's more of a passing quarterback, uh, I just felt like I always feel like number one receiver will get double team, and if you're a solid slot receiver, you're gonna get your numbers. And even though he's considered number one, I think he still runs from the slot, right?
Yep.
And I just felt that he'd be productive, and then I think at that time it was just selling high on Stephon Diggs, you know.
Yeah, but then you
Um,
got him back. You got him back for dirt.
yeah, and I got him back, but yeah.
You got him back
uh,
for nothing. So, dude,
uh,
that was a good trade. I love
yeah,
looking back at trades in Dynasty. Like at the time, you're like, "Oh my God, like how did this happen?" And then you look back on it a couple years later,
yeah,
like, "Oh my God, that was a steal."
yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm still getting over this cold here. Um, yeah, so I mean, obviously receivers. I like the point you made. Like if you have a high volume passer, like even if you're not the number one, like the number two, and that guy who's working out of the slot is really kind of an effective player, especially for fantasy. You're gonna get a bunch of targets, get the easy
Yeah.
underneath work. How, I feel like running back is one of those positions where like you can have a really good fantasy season, but not be on like probably the worst team in the league. Like, is there anything you're looking for in running backs? Like, are you looking for? Are you looking at the O line? Are you looking at if there's anyone else around him? Like, what are you looking at when you're looking for running backs?
When I think of running back, it sucks because there really isn't a three down back anymore. Everybody's into this dual running back, even
Even
three
Gibbs.
running back rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so when I'm looking at running backs, uh, I'm looking at, is he the number one running back? Is he gonna be the one that's running all three downs? But then I think one of the things that makes a big difference is whether it's a PPR league or not. If it's a half point PPR or a full point PPR, because it seems like the running backs that are able to catch passes out of the backfield have just been more deadly. You know, I think running backs like Derrick Henry and them are slowly gonna be transitioning out, and teams are gonna be looking for more pass catching running backs. You know,
Yeah, and I
maybe
think
you'll have a power running back here and there, but yeah,
I think it's a complement of skill set, right? Like you got to have a guy
yeah,
who, if you have a guy like Devon A. Chain, I think is like the peak of this. Like just catching as
mhm.
many passes as he does just gives him such a fantasy floor. Like even a bad week, he's still catching 6 to 10 passes, and like
Mhm.
that just
Yeah.
elevates the points of like I know he's getting at least 10 points this week. Like a bad week is 12 points. So it's the safety in the floor. The team is still terrible around him, but he's still producing. So
Hmm.
I really think a
Yeah.
lot about running backs comes down to like there's gonna be those dudes like Saquon and Bijan, right? Like Bijan Robinson is one of a kind. That dude is just an absolute
Yeah.
monster. But you can get a guy like Chase Brown. Chase Brown has nobody else in his backfield. They're giving this dude like 90% of the work. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't come down to skill, it comes down to like opportunity around you. They don't have the ability to
Opportunities.
pay anybody. So like the opportunity around him I think definitely is it and I think that's what I love about Dynasty is like guys that are backup running backs, third string running backs, two guys go down in front of them. I know this guy's getting the rock 20 times this week. That's probably worth a third round pick. If I
Yep.
draft someone in the third
Yep.
round and they have a week where they score me 20 points, that's an absolute win, right?
That's
Like
a win. Yeah.
most guys aren't even playing on your roster in the second and third rounds. So
I agree.
it's yeah, pour one out for James Robinson. I still miss James Robinson. That dude was the best running back on the worst team I've ever seen. So, but yeah, so kind of transition here to maybe a little bit different of a topic. There's obviously dynasty revolves around making trades. What do you think makes like a good trade partner versus like a bad trade partner? Is there anyone in the league that you're like, this dude is so difficult to deal with? You can call people out like Justin personally. I'm gonna call Justin out. Justin values everybody on his team at 150% of their price, and everyone on your team at about half the price.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know who to call out, but there are some pretty ridiculous or outrageous trades out there, you know. And sometimes when I see it, I'm just like, nah, no. Um, let's just say like when I think of trading a player for a first round draft pick, you know, it's almost like I feel like the first round draft pick is more valuable. So can that not only can that player produce, but can they produce consistently, you know, to be worth a first round draft pick, you know?
Christian
And I feel
McCaffrey.
like yeah, I feel like not a lot of players out there uh are first round draft pick vi valuable or
Oh,
value,
100%. Yeah,
but majority of the time, you know, second and third rounds they're doable, but I don't even know who to call out, but yeah, I think uh, a good trade partner would be just someone who I guess who's realistic or fair in that from that standpoint, player for draft pick. So
yeah, that's fair. I
and also I feel like just because you trade multiple players, it doesn't mean that multiple players equals a first round draft pick too. You know?
four quarters
Yeah,
doesn't always equal a dollar in fantasy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I do you think it's effective? Like, I've tried to think about this in the leagues I play in. The trade block when someone hit like obviously in our league on Sundays, if some scrub scores a touchdown, he's going on the block. So that's not really what I'm talking about. But like, if you put like one of your players on the block that you're actively looking to trade, do you think it's like an effective use? Because like, I feel like when I put a guy on the block, maybe their value is like 80% of what I get if I just sent an individual offer to everybody.
Um, I think sending the offer is more effective because I know personally I don't look at each rosters to see who's on trade block and who's not. So most of the time I don't even pay attention to who's on the trade block. Um, and then at the same time, it's like if I don't really care for it, then yeah, I don't even pay attention. So even though, so I know that I'm assuming when a trade comes to me, it's probably going to the rest of the managers also. So I think that's just more effective.
Yeah. How like
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of garbage offers I get, and I just like hit reject. But like, if it's 70% of what I think it could be, I'm a guy who always likes to counter. I'm a wheeler and dealer, as you know. Or if it's close, like how close does it have to be for you to be like, all right, maybe I'm considering moving this guy? Like, does it have to be like 80% of the value the way there? Like, does it have to be like, are you a guy that like, hey, come at me with your best offer first, or else I'm not doing it? Like, what's your kind of mentality behind that?
Uh, I think as long as it's close to like 70 to 80%, but then at the same time, I'm also looking like, is this really gonna benefit me? You know, I always feel like I feel like trading out if I'm gonna make a trade, I want to be able to start that player. I don't really want to trade for for the depth or like the potential of in case this guy gets hurt. I mean, depth is important, but at the same time, I want to be able to use them right away. So if there's a benefit to me having that player, um, I'll think about it and I'll definitely counter. But other than that, yeah,
Would you buy a
Um,
handcuff
I'll
early?
probably just reject.
Like if you have like say I'm just doing this because you just got this guy, but like Christian McCaffrey, like is Brian Robinson like hold a little bit more value in your eyes just because you have Christian McCaffrey?
Brian Robinson.
Yeah, the backup for the 49ers.
Oh, not really. Um, I would, I guess to me, I think that's the mindset of trying to transition from a redraft to dynasty. Um, I'm hoping that my running backs depth could just cover. So in the case of where McCaffrey doesn't play, I would just fill in that position with another running back, but then I wouldn't really look at the number two behind McCaffrey that high.
Interesting.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I
Yeah,
get it. Like
but
I
I think that I, but I think that's also because of me playing redraft all these years and not really transitioning my mindset into what a dynasty is yet. You
no,
know.
honestly, I think that's a valid way to play it. Like I don't think that's just like a redraft mentality. Like CMC's a hammer, right? Like he's a dude who's going to score you probably
Mhm.
20 points a week. Um, is Brian Robinson going to be 75% of him? Probably, but like he's probably going to get you like 10 to 12. And like if you already have a guy in your roster that can replace that, like I mean, if you look at my roster, like I view like the backup running back as like an insurance policy. Like especially if I can get them in the rookie draft. Like Jalen Wright was that for me last year. He's clearly been hurt and not playing, so like that doesn't help. But like Braylon Allen also got hurt for Brees Hall. Like in the rookie drafts, if the team I have the running back on like drafts a guy, like that's a guy I view a little bit higher. Like I'll bump him up a couple spots just because I know like that's offering me the insurance on my key
Right.
asset. So that's why I love these conversations. Everyone looks at it a little bit differently, and like I I would say I'm more of a risk averse player than like
Mm.
a go for it risky guy. Like I'm gonna keep bringing up Justin Quinn here, but like sell my draft picks to go all in, try to win it this year because like
Yeah.
I like the delay gratification, the iron bank, building up the picks and keep moving, just keep kicking them into the future and build my team slowly and try to build a juggernaut for the long term, not just for the one season. So, um, but yeah, man. I mean, do you think? I mean, obviously coming from a redraft, like did you ever see like a lot of trades in your redraft leagues? Because like I didn't see many. Like maybe one a year would go down, and then everyone would yell collusion. But like that's one of my favorite parts of Dynasty is like the amount of trades that get made.
We didn't. I didn't see a lot of trade because our rosters wasn't this big. So you had players available to pick up on waiver. Um,
Hmm.
part the one part of me is like, man, we have too big of a roster where you can't even get like fourth and fifth string off of the waiver because everyone's roster is filled. But then at the same time, I look at it like, oh, that's a good way to kind of promote trading or get people to trade because that's the only way you're gonna get anyone that is available. You got to trade. So
Yeah, that was kind of the mindset behind it. Like I think it's deep enough
yeah,
where like there's still like sometimes like the Michael Carters out there on the waiver wire, which is rare,
yeah,
but um, it's really incentivized to. I mean, the fab budget. I'm a mentality of like, hey, if there's a guy, blow it all on him, especially for the rookie drafts. But it it's that delicate balance, right? Like there can't be so many roster spots that you're like, dude, I'm rostering like the guy on the practice squad for this team. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm glad that it kind of initiates more trades that way, just because like, hey, shit, like you and I made that trade this week. Like, was I gonna play Mike Gesicki in my tight end spot this week? That was like my last possible option, and it forced me to go make a trade to get a tight end. So,
Yep.
what have you ever played in a league? Probably not. I mean, this is the only league that I. This is the first league that I had that had like a tight end premium. What do you think of that tight end premium adds to that position?
I've never played a league with tight end premium, and I had to read up on it, and I thought it was. I feel like it's really unique, uh, and it forces you to study the tight ends too, and I feel like the way. NFL has been moving. Uh, Tight end is not just about blocking anymore, so they're definitely effective
Yeah,
as part of the offense now. So,
but a lot of the role does lead into that blocking, right? Like, I mean,
hmm
we see guys like Kyle Pitts is a good example. Kyle Pitts is like a great receiver, but he really struggles at the blocking aspect of the game, so he's not on the field the whole time. I mean, he's definitely picked it up this year, but for the first couple years of his career, so like
yeah,
it's finding those guys like George Kittle that love to block but also can catch that get themselves on the field. It's a really unique
yep,
position, especially for fantasy. Like I think there's so many different types of tight ends, and I think just giving them a little bit more value just to kind of bump the position up so those mid-range tight ends aren't just like useless. It
yeah.
really makes it a little bit of a difference for it. So, um, what did you think when we removed the kicker in defense? You think it was a good change?
I think it's a good. I guess, yeah. I didn't. I was indifferent. I didn't really have any. What is it? I didn't feel any different. I think, but I do feel like they do make a big difference the way these field goal kickers are kicking these 50 yard and 60 yard bombs these days.
And then you get Will
Um,
Reichard kicking the
yeah,
camera line and missing a field goal. Like, what are we talking about here?
yeah. Um, but I thought it was good that we removed it. I forgot to say that when I was playing my redraft league, we play IDP also.
hmm
So um, it just it helps me just to focus on the positional players.
Yeah,
I didn't have to worry about another position, and so
yeah. I don't think that it like is just consistent enough to like add value to the league. I think like
yeah.
kickers and defense, like defense has changed so drastically over the years, right? Like the Ravens defense is really great, and now they're
hmm
trash. Like it's just kind of a coin toss. Like you're relying on 11 guys instead of just one, and I don't know if it's conducive to like a competitive dynasty aspect, but um, honest, what I think is probably the best change for fantasy since like PPR was added to fantasy football, games against the median. What are your thoughts on having the median every week?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Um, I've never played with the medium, but I think it's fair. Um, and it makes sense because there's been seasons where I play those head-to-head matches and I had the second highest score, but then I lost because I went up against the guy that had the highest score for that week. And
Yeah,
there I am, like
it makes it
highest
sting a little
score.
less.
Yeah, like you're like the second highest score in the season, but you're like number 7 out of 12.
Yeah,
So
it feels bad, but you know what? That's I think it's my personal favorite addition to Dynasty. I think it just is good for like the long term competitive balance. So
yeah, that balance for sure. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, man. That was a lot of what I wanted to get through with you tonight. Is there, um, I is there any change? Like I know we vote on real changes every year. Is there anything like you would like to see added to the league or removed? Like I'm just kind of interested to get people's opinions.
Added or changed. Man, I don't have a lot of opinions, honestly. Um, like I said, my first this is like my first time ever playing Dynasty the last 3 years. I think 3 years going, or is it
This is
four?
year five.
3?
So yeah, we've done four
Year
seasons
five.
so far. This
Dang,
is
it
year
went,
five.
dude, it flew by.
It did, dude. We started during COVID,
Yeah,
so like just let that sink
yeah,
in.
yeah, man. I think the changes that have been brought up and voted on have been a positive impact on the league. I don't really have anything in mind
Did you like
that
the fab auction we did for the UGFA rookies?
yeah, I do like that. That was definitely another aspect that was got everyone involved and paying attention. So
Yeah,
that was nice.
it's kind of unique. It kind of just came to me like during the draft, and I was like, I wonder if we could pull this off. And the fact that we were able to pull it off on a night that worked for everybody, like that was electric. I thought it was so much fun. Like it was such a good time. I really enjoyed it. So, um, yeah, I think that's probably here to stay. We'll coordinate that one next year too. Um, Yeah, anything else you want to cover here, dude? Or we'll get into the picks for the week?
No, no, not really. I think going forward, just gotta make my draft pick useful, pick accordingly. And I don't know, I've always felt like draft the best player or draft need, right?
Yeah, Tyler
Same
Warren
thing.
was a
Like
great pick though. Tyler Warren was a good pick.
I thought my last 2 year of draft pick has been pretty good. So if I could keep that up, it'll be good. But then trying to trying to go young too. Uh, Trying to go young with productive young players will be a good long term benefit for my squad.
Yeah, it's that balance. You got to have guys that are scoring points, but you also got to have guys that are coming up to replace them. So,
I was torn, man, with between Tyler and Emeka, but then I knew that my tight end spot was too weak. Got a
yeah.
34-year-old Zach Ertz, so I'm like, man, yeah,
Dude, Tyler Warren can play, man. Like that kid is a stud. Like that dude can absolutely play. So, I mean, Egbuka's obviously absolutely crushing it this year, but I don't think he made the wrong pick with going with Tyler Warren.
yeah.
I probably would have made the same decision, especially with where your roster was at. Yeah, dude, you're going for it all this year. I love to see it. CMC,
I'm gonna
Diggs,
try. Yeah, yeah, I'm
dude.
gonna try.
The resurrection for Roma Dunze, like little rough start for him, but this year he's looked so much better.
Yeah,
It's been
I think
it's
uh, I think everybody always talks about um, quarterback system, but it does make a difference, man. You need a OC that understands your players,
you also need a
in order
quarterback
for
that can
them to
throw
be
the ball.
successful, and a quarterback that could throw. So hopefully, coming out of this bye, he can continue to produce.
Yeah,
Because I'm going up against you, right?
yeah, you got me this week, so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun matchup. I was sweating last night during that Jags Chiefs game. I beat the media. I beat Jared by two
uh,
point 0.24 points, so I barely got it. I squeaked it out. Like
uh,
that was a rough week last week. That was a rough one to watch, but
yeah,
yeah, it was fun though. I had a good time watching that game. I'm glad that the Jags won, even though the Chiefs had the 12th player on the field with the refs. But
yeah.
yeah, dude. So just like a little bit of a recap last week. Taylor gained you guys one on the pick list. So you guys are currently winning 19 to 18. Um, we got a couple okay matchups here this week. Um, but first off,
Okay,
you got you versus me. Wesley's taking the Aussies again. So
okay.
who are you going with?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the rejects. I have to believe that adding those guys, especially McCaffrey, is gonna help me overcome.
Uh, dude, CMC is a beast. Dude's a stud. When you got him, I was like, oh god, of course I gotta play him next week, right? So
Yeah.
I've had to play him twice already this year. Good lord. Um, so then we got the next matchup. We got the Timber Goats versus Miracle Makers. I think this one's gonna be maybe a little closer than anticipated. I don't know if Lamar's gonna be back next week, but if Lamar's back, even if he's not, I think I'm going with Miracle Makers here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miracle Makers too. Um, I just feel like the two quarterbacks, Darnold and Murray, has probably better matchups than Dart and May.
Yeah, and honestly,
Uh,
if he gets Lamar back, I think that's gonna be huge. S-
yeah,
So, yeah. But the next one, I feel like this is a pretty easy one. Hashling Slashers versus the Rangers. I'm pretty sure the Hashling Slashers could bench half their team and still win this one. So I'm going with the Slashers. You taking the
yep.
underdog here, or are you going with the?
If you let me pick that Rangers will lose, I would take that.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go with the slashers. Yeah.
I got you. Then this one, I don't think it's gonna be as close, but probably a little bit more competitive. The Cobras versus the Pipsqueaks. I'm going with the Pipsqueaks. I think just the Cobras have decided to go into the sell-off mode and kind of lean more into that. And I think the Pipsqueaks roster, like I said last week, is probably one of the best in the league right now.
Yep, I'm gonna go with the Pipsqueaks also.
Alrighty. And then the next one, this is probably going to be a little closer than I would anticipate. We got the bitch pigeons versus the slammers. I'm gonna still go with the bitch pigeons. It's just hard to vote against Bijan Robinson and Ashton Genty every week.
Man, I
Who do you got this week? Are you going
think
bitch
I'll
pigeons
get
or
this.
slammers?
I'm gonna have to go against you just to have to go against you. I'm gonna take the Slammers.
Go on the slammers. There we go. Um, and then this week, if we have a different pick, I'm gonna be very concerned. We got the Hudson Horn Dogs versus the Love Boats. Um, he's currently, as his starting quarterback, has Trey Lance because his only starting quarterback is CJ Stroud's on bye. So if he somehow pulls this one out, I will eat my words. But
Oh geez.
he doesn't even
Yeah,
have an
I'm gonna
actual
have to go with the
quarterback.
love boats, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
uh,
gonna have to go with it. He got a ghost quarterback.
absolutely disgusting. Unless, hey, maybe Trey Lance gets to throw a couple at the end of the game like he did last week. But yeah, probably expected zero there. Um, yeah, so we got two differences this week. Um, our matchup is going to decide it, and then we got the bitch pigeons and the slammers. So I think it's going to be a pretty good week of games. Thanks so much for coming on the pod tonight, man. Um, anything you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, man. Let's continue to have a good season, and hopefully everyone's players stay healthy so we can have competitive matchups.
Yeah,
Don't want to hear any excuses, right?
absolutely, dude. I mean, I got CD Lamb hopefully coming back here shortly, so if I can just keep 500 until CD gets back, I got some hope. And yeah, I've noticed we've been getting a lot of views on the podcast on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's just people watching it twice, but if you are not in this league and you're listening to this, A, thank you. B, I have no idea why you're listening to it, but drop a comment. Let me know where you're from. So, um, thanks again, man, for coming on. It's great to talk with you. Great to chop it up with you for
All right.
almost an hour here. Have a great rest of your night. Everyone else, have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're listening to this, and I will catch you next week.
All right. Sounds good, man. Have a good night, everyone.